I'm about to go lay my hands on my biggest buck, so bear with me if I lose it.
Genesis 27:3. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. This was Isaac talking to his son Esau. Before Isaac was about to pass, he wanted to share his blessing with Esau over a meal of venison. Even as far back as the times of the Bible, venison has been important to the human race. So now, join me and my blue-collar team as we chase giant whitetails across the Midwest. Our goal is to make you a better hunter. I'm Ben Rising, and this is Whitetail Edge.
Thank you, God, Jesus Christ. This amazing dream. Yeah, baby.
I'm about to go lay my hands on probably the biggest buck I've ever shot.
I just spoke to the sheriff. Yep, he's going down, sis.
It's a beautiful buck. I couldn't be more happy to take him back home to Indiana.
There he is. Oh my gosh. I just smoked a giant on a Black Widow mock scrape, baby. Yes.
Hi, and welcome to Whitetail Edge. I'm Ben Rising. This is episode 3, season 6 of Whitetail Edge. On this show today, we're bringing in a new guy called Shane Hamer. Shane's from Northern Ohio, and Shane is a guy that kind of was talking to a little bit here and there, and something about Shane, I was drawn to Shane. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give this guy a shot. We get requests daily, pretty much, to be on Whitetail Edge. I'm very honored by that and flattered, but I just want everybody to know I can't take everybody. I just can't. Shane had actually sent me a YouTube resume, which was really cool, you know, and I kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty neat. And he's a very personable person. He has a great camera presence.
I've been hunting my whole life, shot my first deer when I was 10, and ever since then I always wanted to share my adventures with people.
I thought, I'm gonna give this dude a shot. I invited him to the meeting, and once we hung around him a little bit and met him, I almost kind of didn't care if he killed deer or not, because I just like the guy. He's funny and he cracks me up.
I'm currently trying to find a good trail camera location. And like spot to put out maybe some mock scrapes. Field Edge would be my obvious spot, but technically don't have permission to be over there yet, so I'm not going to be over there. I'm sure there's good deer using this area. I mean, I'm in southern Illinois, what could go wrong, right? But I'm going to try to find a spot, get a trail camera hung up, and then I got to head back to Ohio and go to work tomorrow.
Shane has filmed before for other people and done things, you know, so he knows how to film deer. But, you know, Whitetail Edge is just a little bit different, and, you know, Shane's got a self-film here on this hunt, these hunts that he's doing. He doesn't have a camera guy, which we all know self-filming is a very challenging thing to do on your own, and to get the kill on film and everything all at once. Shane really grounded out this year. I mean, he filmed lots of stuff, and I think you'll find this interesting, and I think you'll still learn things from this, because the one thing I kind of have respect about Shane in watching this is he never turns the camera off. I mean, this guy films everything, which takes a lot of time. You know, a lot of second angle footage, a lot of stuff about what he's doing. He's explaining everything. Even on his unsuccessful hunts, he's running that camera, making footage and showing us what his hunt's about. So that's the one thing I think with Whitetail Edge. People think that like we just walk out and we just slam these big deer on the ground, and it doesn't happen that way. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this.
Just got back from Illinois. Didn't have much action there. Rained the entire way back home. Didn't hunt yesterday because it rained so much. Rain finally stopped. It's a little chilly, but it's not. It's like in the low 60s right now. It's damp, so it makes it a little extra chilly. But down here in my river bottom spot, got a redneck blind in here. Don't ropes for this stand, and hasn't really been any mature bucks cruising this. Had a real good buck in here last year. If I would have had a Spartan in here last year, I'm pretty sure I would have killed him, but I didn't. And he never showed up this year, so that's kind of a bummer. But the good news is there's a bunch of does in here. A couple different families of doe. So, why not shoot a doe, right? I actually haven't shot anything with a bow in 2 years, so I'm kind of eager to let this prime bow behind me let some arrows fly with it. So if I get a good shot at a doe tonight, I'm gonna be taking that. And I'm pretty close to the road, so it's a real easy drag. The doe, they like to bed up along this ridge, and like to catch them on their way to this cornfield to the north. But what I got going on, I got just a little bit of big tine sprinkled out here in the opening. There's really not a spot for a tree stand up in the ridge where they'd probably like to just stay in the cover, but it's real secluded down here, so it kind of gives them an opportunity to come out into the field. They feel real safe out here, but just a little bit of big tine sprinkled out there just to coax them out a little bit.
Everybody asks why I like Black Widow deer lures. Well, the proof is in the pudding. So, my scrapes right here. First thing I'm gonna do, I wanna freshen this thing up to really get this deer paying attention anyway, so I'm gonna put this Black Widow on there. Yeah, baby. I just smoked a giant on a Black Widow mock scrape, baby.
Shane here. Like October 20th, 21st, something like that. Red moon right now. I think the moon time's like 5:45. Coming down here. It's still kind of early, but I got a little bit of work to do to my tree stand. And this is like the last place I set up this year. And there's I put up an old trail cam. I started getting some good pics, so I wanted to get down here, get my Spartan hung up. I got it like a week ago, but just I couldn't get the right wind to come down here. I just wanted to come down here, hang it, and hunt, and hope for the best. But so this is a real good creek bottom I'm in, and the deer really moved through here in November. I got doe bedding area this way and some bucks back this way, so right in between them. But I want to get over here and get my Spartan hung up. I got a mock scrape already. I'm gonna freshen this guy up too, and then we're gonna get in the tree stand. I got a bunch of work to do in there. I brushed it all in early this fall, Dominator and the hot and ready, but the synthetics, I really love synthetic lures for scrapes, because I always leave this stuff in my bag and it gets warm out and you don't want it to go bad. But I already got this, and I used branch butter on it too. That's in there. Farmer came in here, put a tile in, cleaned up a bunch of this. I had a tree stand over here a few years back. After they cleaned this all up, I was limited. There's really no spots for tree stand. The spot I'm at, I'm about 6-7 feet off the ground. But I'm in a log jam where I don't know if you want to call it a log jam, but where they pushed all the deadfall up. Everything they chopped down, they pushed here, pushed over there. They rerouted the creek. I don't have a whole lot of cover, but it might be doable. So I had it brushed in really, really good when I first hung the stand, but of course you guys know, once the leaves fall off and all that, it's really not that great looking. So I'll probably be like Ace Ventura. Every time I come in here, I'll be cutting branches, walking in with them just to give me that much more extra cover. Easy access to this spot. I was real nervous when they cleaned all this out, if the deer were still gonna use it. If you're a deer down in here, you can't be seen from the road, but there's a couple really good bucks in here. One's a shooter for sure. Nice 10-pointer. The other one I could really use another good look at or get some more pictures of. I just hung the Spartan in here, put out some Black Widow. So looking forward to this spot this year. But yeah, I'm gonna finish getting set up. It's a little late. It's taking me a lot of time to get everything figured out. I had a tree I'm on. I had to use some eye bolts to attach my camera arm. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So. It's cool weather. I'm not sure. I think I just smoked them though. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say right now. It's my first year filming for Whitetail Edge. The plan was for the deer to come on through in November, not tonight. We got a couple minutes of light left, so I'm gonna review the footage real quick, and I'm gonna get over there and see if I can find some blood over here.
These guys, everybody on this team is giving up their the one thing they love to do the most, and that's enjoy hunting. They actually give up a little bit of that enjoyment in a sense because of the camera, because it is so much work. And, you know, just like here with Shane, walking into this tree, and he's got to do some work first. He's got to, you know, to get his camera arm to set up right and all that, he's got to put lag bolts in the tree. He's got to do different things. He's making a new setup. So he's got his, you know, you can see his Novix in the picture here. He's got it hung on this tree, and, you know, just a lot of work, you know, especially for new things. But like he said, even in the video, he thought he was going to more or less go in and hunt, see what the deer were doing, set this setup, and have it there ready for November. And so, lo and behold, this deer makes its appearance on the red moon.
I've been working a real long, hard time trying to get these big mature bucks to do what I need them to do. And after last year, I wasn't even sure if I was going to keep on filming. That's a story for another time. But I want to thank everyone at Whitetail Edge for treating me like I'm freaking family, man. Big shout out to Ben, of course. Big shout out to Kyle Kinsey. And big shout out to Davey Stuckey. You know, Davey's been there answering all my text messages, any questions I've had about anything, and I'm about to go lay my hands on probably the biggest buck I've ever shot. So let's go take a look at him together. It's I shot him last night. It was red moon. Moon time was 5:45. I'd have to look at the phone. I probably shot him 6:15 or something, and there wasn't a lot of good blood. So backed out, came in here at 5 o'clock this morning with my buddy Kevin. He's got the best tracking dog in the county, and I'm about to go lay my hands on my biggest buck, so bear with me if I lose it. That's what I'm talking about. This is why you hunt right here, bucks like this. I think I found this buck shed a few years back, maybe, but I guess it really doesn't matter because this was the deer I wanted this year, and I can't believe we found them. It rained so hard, that stupid train ruining my moment. It rained so hard last night. We get it. He must know we found a buck, Kevin. He's like, hey. But we're gonna get him out of here. Sun be coming up here in the next hour or so we get some good pictures of him. And I just can't believe we found him. I'm a loss for words. Whitetail Edge, man. This is where it's at. I want to say one thing about Whitetail Edge. I'm a student, all right? I'm here to learn. Ben, he kills some amazing deer. All the guys on the team kill amazing deer, and I want to kill amazing deer. And when Ben and Kyle invited me down to the team meeting, there was two things I learned. One was from Davey Stuckey, which I think we all know you can't kill big deer unless you're hunting big deer. So you got to go out and find them first. And then I've been wanting to kill a deer in October for the last 3-4 years, I've really noticed that a lot of these good bucks fall this last, that last red moon of October. And there was something I wasn't doing right while hunting the red moon. All my trail cams, everything worked out as far as, telling me that's the week to be out. But what Ben pointed out was when that red moon is peaked in the sky with an hour or two of daylight left, those are the days to hunt. And that's exactly what happened here. And
there's a pattern also that I think, me personally, that I like, is when the red moon is falling in the evenings or rising in the evening within 2 hours of dark. Those are magical days. Same in the morning. If the red moon is like peaking like 2 hours after daylight, or at daylight and 2 hours, 3 hours after, and deer are still coming back to bed or things, those are magical days. Like, those are the best days that you're going to catch big bucks on their feet in the red moon. Me personally believing that. That's what I think. That's been my experience. My cameras prove it also. Just like the other day, I could have called it that I was going to get some good mature deer on their feet. And I had 3 different cameras. Bang, bang, bang. Three mature deer. Not giant bucks, but mature deer on their feet during the day at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's just stuff like that this will really help you. And I'm trying to find an example here of a red moon day in the fall that is something that you probably want to pay attention to. I really can't.
Late October.
Is there one in late October?
That time's about right. October 23rd.
Yep. So you switch the dial, you go to that number, 7:36 p.m., 7:07 a.m. So yeah, I mean, that's after, the peak is after dark at that time of the year, obviously. But if you go, so like right here, October 20th, 4:45 p.m., October 18th, that's going to be, October 18th to the 23rd are going to be magical. I've killed three booners on October 23rd. And now the red moon's hitting at the same time. One of the things with Shane that you'll see here that kind of make this hunt successful, Shane paid attention. He learned a little bit about the red moon. He was using the Moon Guide app. And the Moon Guide app, if you don't have it, you should have it. There's a lot of things you can learn from it. And like Shane's telling you here what he learned from the Moon Guide app and what he learned from us and what my experiences have been with the Moon Guide app and the Moon Guide dial. When that red moon peaks and it's within that hour to 2 hours before and after dark and daylight, they're magical times. Those are the best times to be hunting on those red moons. They just up your chances a little bit more. But you got to be in the roundhouse or where you think that deer is going to move first before you can just say, okay, this is foolproof. Because nothing is foolproof. As you can see, he kind of knew where he needed to be. And those deer moved within shooting distance of him. Obviously, that deer somewhat picked him out. That was a new setup. He was very low on the ground. Kind of a plain Jane tree, but he made as much cover as he could around himself. That older buck kind of knew something wasn't right. He kind of turned, walked off camera. Shane couldn't tell that he'd walked off camera, and he shot anyways. Everybody on Whitetail Edge gets 1 pass. Okay, Shane? 1. You get 1 pass, and you used yours on the very first year. Congratulations, buddy.
My Spartans are just blowing up right now. Just got a picture of a good buck in Illinois. He's not a shooter, but just the picture itself was so beautiful with all the frost and the sun coming up. So this morning was the morning to be out. My other spots, everything just kind of blew up this morning on the Spartans, which is cool. But it's gonna warm up here later in the week, which is not cool. So like I said, I was wanting to be there. I was wanting to get to Illinois last night, but I didn't get enough stuff done this weekend, so I had to leave this morning. But I should be able to get there in time. I go through a time zone, so that gives me an hour there. Plus we fell back an hour, so I'm all confused of what time it's gonna be. So I should be able to hunt this evening, and then I think I'm gonna hunt the same stand tomorrow morning because it's easy to get into. And then I got another 40 acres I'm gonna go check out, possibly do a hanging hunt or just hang in, get out of there, and I don't know what.
Guess I should have put out some black widow this morning. He couldn't smell nothing. And the wind was going right at him. He circled. I didn't think he would circle that far. Not a bad little buck though. Spangler shot one in Illinois. I got this guy over here chopping down trees. He thinks he's a lumberjack like Ben. And he probably only cutting trees this big around. Ben cuts big ones now, you know. So my dad just texted me, he shot a monster buck there in Ohio. We seen this buck last year. He's got the biggest bases I've ever seen. And I was hanging a stand for him last week. I told him, I'm like, you're gonna kill that big one. My dad's 61 years old, he's never killed a deer over 130 inches. He's been bow hunting forever, and I finally talked him into using a crossbow. It's been a little hit or miss with the bow and arrow the last few years, so I'm like, you gotta start using the crossbow, man. And this buck is something special, so I'm about to finish up here. I'm gonna jump in my car and head home back to Ohio, and I ain't gonna get there till super, super late, but I'm ready to see this guy. I watched him for months last year, months on a farm that I wasn't allowed to hunt anymore. Well, we had corn right where it needed to be this year, and that's where my dad connected on him, so I can't wait to get some good pictures. I'm ecstatic right now. Like I said, my dad's never killed a big buck. Had a good buck coming through here. He didn't present a shot. Big deal. No big deal. But I got about another 10 minutes and I'm gonna climb down and I'm gonna boogie back to Ohio to hang out with my dad, man. I'm so happy for him.
You know, we appreciate you guys watching Whitetail Edge. We hope you learned a little bit from this show. We're glad to have Shane on. I think Shane's demeanor and his attitude and just his disposition, he'll be a great add to Whitetail Edge, and I really look forward as to what Shane's going to bring to the future of this team. So
Thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching, and you guys get to watch me grow. So hopefully this is one of many bucks you guys get to see me harvest here on Whitetail Edge. So thanks for watching, guys.
We've got some new guys that we keep adding here and there, like I said, trying to change things up and, you know, just make Whitetail Edge better all the time. So again, thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to you, the fans. Without you, we don't have a show. So keep watching us right here on Mossy Oak Go, and we'll see you next week.